video, 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 ramble, ramble, ramble. That's how I'm feeling right now. Following up from the previous video that I did about Watch Dogs 2 and how much I fucking despise the game, there's two sides to every coin. I guess this could be kind of a official, unofficial part 2 to that video, but I'm going to be focusing on improvements, a la gameplay what ifs. And there's no other game that I think deserves it more than Watch Dogs 2. And given these ideas were literally ideas I had while pacing back and forth in my living room because I have no fucking life. And honestly, I feel happier just ranting myself about, oh, how a game could have been as opposed to actually fucking playing the game. But yeah, let's just get right into it with the story improvements for Watch Dogs 2. You know, in the previous video, I talked about how there could have been like some sort of reputation or psychological system. It could have helped make the story a lot more expansive and, you know, work with different play styles. You decide to kill a lot of people, maybe that will reflect, Marcus. Oh, that's why I forgot to mention the previous fucking video. Ooh, I'm fucking sorry in terms of the psychological states. Basically, it could have involved, like different endings for the asshole CTO Deshaun. And that if you're a happy guy and you're trying to be kind, you're trying to be somewhat merciful, yeah, you'll just call the cops on him. But then maybe there can be like a news posting that a couple weeks later, Dusan was off in his fucking toilet. He was just fucking gang banged by a bunch of prison inmates. Who knows? But then, on the opposite side of the spectrum in terms of the gameplay improvement, if you were an asshole, decide to put people 6 feet in the ground because you know deep down these guys are going to get off easy. Fuck it, I'm just going to dome them in the head with a 45 real quick, put them out of their misery, and save me a fucking headache. Maybe what'll happen is that in the cutscene where you face Dusan, you just got tired of him fucking being an asshole and you fucking popped him in the chest. And you may think that, oh, he's dead, but maybe he's in critical condition in a hospital and maybe he makes a recovery, but because Bloom doesn't want him whistleblowing or maybe going against him, they want to make sure he stays quiet for good so there's no loose ends. Bloom hires, the fixer or a fixer to put his fucking lights out. So at least you're fucking, you may be pissed off at first that, fuck, I guess I was a couple centimeters off of that fucking prick's ice cold heart. Someone else did the job for you. You lose a little bit of sleep knowing that you didn't fucking personally put Dusan 6 feet under, but at least someone finished the job for you. But it's kind of like an ambiguous ending where no matter what situation you did, it kind of comes out to a samey outcome. I think about Deus Ex and how they tie all the endings together into a singular ending as to explain how certain characters or certain events from the last game make sense in the sequel. That's what they kind of do. They just tie all the endings into one singular ending. They did it for 1, I think they did it for 2, and they did it for Human Revolution. I kind of like that. It doesn't invalidate your choice completely, but it kind of merges it into like the same like end goal, end game ending. That's a lot of endings. Fuck. But yeah, that's one side how you can improve Watch Dogs 2. Just adding some sort of reputation or psychological karma state, I don't know, but it's reflective of how you play. Again, you give money to people, it goes up, your mood improves, you're feeling a little bit more remorseful and merciful. But if you decide to be an asshole, steal money, steal cars, use certain hacks too many times that can negatively affect, the livelihood of people in San Francisco, you may be a little bit, cold-hearted, emotionless, cold and calculating, and it can affect missions and how they can proceed. You should still be given the choice of how you want to complete that mission that could ultimately affect your mental state or whatever, but it'd be a great way to, please those that want a happier, charm-filled game, or those that just, want a carbon copy of Watch Dogs 1. I wish we can get that for 2, but alas, Now, the next improvement is in regards to the economy. And I don't understand why this isn't an option. Like, you're dead sec. You have multiple users around the world. I mean, fuck, you have central hubs all across San Francisco, and you have a shit ton of hardware. But in the vein of monetary income, similar to Assassin's Creed games, like, Montgerioni and Rome, all that shit, it'd be nice if there was some way to make money in that regard through hacking. Because no doubt, I think there was like various movies or articles about how maybe somebody could put a file or a hack on your account to steal a certain amount of money. I mean, case in point, one movie that comes to mind is Office Space, a great film by Mike Judge. And spoilers, there are some disgruntled employees that decide to put in some sort of code into their company system. Given this was like late 90s, early 2000s, it was kind of sophisticated for the time. But all they wanted to do is steal pennies at a time for every transaction that went through their company. But spoilers, they fucked up and they kind of had the decimal place moved over a couple places. So instead of, pennies at a time, they inadvertently stole like 50,000 one night. That's obviously going to draw more heads than a couple pennies for every transaction. But yeah, why not have something like that in Watch Dogs? Even if it's something streamlined. Like, you take some money from out in the field from, stealing from people's bank accounts or looting off of bodies or picking up from the doggy bags or whatever. You put that money into proving DedSec. Whether it be, laptops or computers or mainframes, shit like that. There could have been, like, passive upgrades in regards to improvements to the hacks, in addition to, like, some sort of monetary income. Because no doubt, like, bigger targets aren't going to notice a lot of money, but it could have been some of their money missing. But it could have been customizable. There could have been risks and rewards. It could have given you options. Like, for example, you can choose to steal very small amounts of money, and it can go completely undetected. And as a result, like, yeah, no one will retaliate against you, but you'll make very small amounts of money. But then, maybe you can say fuck it and you want to take millions of dollars, like a huge risk, out of some sort of CTO's bank account. And obviously, the bigger the amount, the higher chance of a failure. You may not get the money, but depending on how much you decide to steal and the risk, they may send a retaliation against you. And maybe, they'll send fixers or the cops on you, and you'll have to defend a fucking hacker space or move the fucking gear, something like that. And it'll just help in terms of, like, give you more shit to spend your money on, as opposed to, like, the various cars you don't need or the weapons you don't need. You can spend on something that could improve your overall tool set. Because besides, upgrading the hardware so you could steal more money or have a higher chance of avoiding some sort of counter hack, you can improve various things, like, botnet recharge increases, or maybe add in some sort of propagation effect to the jam comms. Like, maybe have like a small chance it'll propagate and fucking, jam another nearby enemy's comms, or increase the duration of blackout, various things. And from there, you can go even further. You can maybe hire a permanent weaponsmith, like some guy who just loves tinkering with toys and weapons, to have attachments for your gun, so they could be a lot more personal. Ammo types, Going off from that, I wish there was more non-lethal weapons. Fuck tasers, give me some rubber bullets. The only non-lethal weapons in Watch Dogs 2 is literally a taser, a handgun, like a taser handgun, an air rifle, a fucking paintball gun, and, a shotgun that launches compressed air. I don't fucking know. All I know is that all of them practically suck except the air rifle, because it has a fuck ton more range. But it'd be nice if there was a way to say, I don't know, load rubber bullets into your fucking guns. So at least you can use non-lethal weaponry or non-lethal ammo for an M4 or an M1911. Weapons that could be a little bit more accurate, recoil controlled, or have suppressors on them. It'll just give you more control over what weapons you use. Because, I mean, let's face it, if you're trying to look fly as fuck in a suit while you're hacking stuff, even though it goes against, what DedSec looks like, fuck it. I played through my second playthrough in a fly suit from William Flynn. I looked fucking awesome sneaking into areas and hacking shit and getting out unseen. Well, for the times I could. But it felt fucking good. But it felt really weird doing that when you had a literal fucking orange Nerf gun looking fucking air rifle. So it'd be nice if there was a way to have, like, actual tranquilizer rounds or non-lethal fucking rubber bullets for them. I just think it would help out in terms of customization, like, changing up what weapons you can use during a non-lethal incursion. But beyond that, besides, upgrading the hacker space for passive buffs or, weapon customization, go a step further with vehicle customization. Improve the chassis for the vehicles so maybe they're lighter so you can have better turns. Or add in improved armor like titanium fucking metal so they could be lighter and take more bullets before they explode. Because that's another thing. There were some skills that were removed from Watch Dogs 1 besides focus and bullet damage reduction. There was also, reducing the damage towards vehicles. Like, some of those things could be improved by just adding in, like, lore-esque items. Which is another side point to, like, the economy upgrades. Allow me to buy a fucking vest, maybe. Like, kind of like the weight system compared to, like, Assassin's Creed 2 in my previous What If. Let there be something like, you can put on a bulletproof vest and maybe it can impact your, like, range of movement or how much ammo you can carry. But ultimately, with that bulletproof vest, you could fucking, take a few extra hits. God forbid, like add in some, like, extra animations where maybe you can get shot in the chest and while you're in cover, you just see, like, a random animation where Marcus just plucks the fucking bullet out of his fucking vest. Just small, minor gameplay things like that would be fucking badass, but, they relegated the economy just literally buying a couple of cars and wasting on fucking cosmetic spray paint skins. I don't even fucking know. But beyond a story improvement and, like minor gameplay improvements in terms of improving the hacker space or weapon customization, I don't know. I mean, that's really it. I mean, it felt a lot more in depth whenever I was talking about it to myself. But, I mean, those type of gameplay improvements would definitely help in the grand scheme of things of improving the economy and making your money and choices a lot more valuable as opposed to, completely fucking pointless. Because, in all fairness, besides trying to get the quadcopter for what? $50,000, there's no other reason to spend money besides maybe getting that one super fast car for your car on demand, but that's pretty much fucking it. And besides that, there should have been more side missions. I do appreciate the fact that, the side missions are more story driven as opposed to like the mindless collect a font of side missions you could do in the previous game. But they didn't feel rewarding. Let there be unique rewards for doing certain side missions besides fallers. At least in Watch Dogs 1, if you complete a certain set of missions, you got special weapons or skill unlocks in terms of, like, unlocking critical focus. You have to fucking do the chess minigames. Oh, you want the fucking destroyer sniper rifle? You gotta do, like, 15 convoys. In Watch Dogs 2, there's nothing like that. They literally left the ability to go get a drink at a concession stand or a coffee shop. But guess what? It does fucking nothing. It doesn't even fucking take any money out of your pocket. It doesn't take any money out of your pocket and go, ha ha, fucking loser, you're a fucking idiot. Why are you wasting money on a coffee? It gives you no benefits whatsoever. Nothing. It's a waste of fucking time. What's the point of leaving that in there when it doesn't convey a benefit. Credit where credit is due. At least in Watch Dogs 1, even if you had your focus up to 7 bars, you drank a fucking Powerade or a coffee or a fucking beverage, boom, you go from 7 to 10. It was an extra 3 blocks, but in the grand scheme of things, that's an extra headshot or 2 when you're in a heavy fucking firefight. So I guess beyond that, yeah, maybe improve the fucking shops, you know? Let there be more craftables, I guess, even though that shit's also relegated to some fucking bullshit, you know? Nothing's more balanced than regenerating fucking explosives, for fuck's sake. But yeah, you know, customizable guns, more variety to upgrading your cars, improving the hacker space. Maybe let clothes confer, you know, actual benefits. I mean, I know that would mean you'd kind of be locked into using a particular outfit that may not give you any benefits whatsoever. But no doubt, you know, like Watch Dogs 2, I think was released during that time where you could, you know, like transmog your system. So maybe you just keep the fucking perk but change the clothing. Who fucking knows? That's where, you know, like the fucking, like, alternative upgrades are there. You know, like, buy a fucking lightweight bulletproof vest and hide it under your clothes. And maybe you'll have like a small impact to your movement, but you take a few extra bullets. Maybe add in some lightweight sneakers and, oh, you'll run a little bit faster or make less noise when you're running. I don't fucking know. Add in some extra pouches underneath your fucking jacket so you can carry a few extra magazines. But, yeah. I don't know. I mean, those are just like some gameplay what ifs that could be handy. Fundamentally, just improve the story so it can tailor to a particular playstyle you like, and just redo the whole fucking economy, because it's kind of just like GTA 4 in a way, where, yeah, you can get all this money, but there's nothing to spend on if you know how to fucking do shit. There's no cars you can buy, so there's no point in that. And in terms of weapons and ammo, let me just give you a nice cheat. The second safe house you get when you're, you know, exiled from your first one, yeah, all you gotta do is shoot a couple cops, go into the hallway of that second safe house, and just blind fire every motherfucking cop that comes through the fucking hallway, and then just run out and pick up all the guns and ammo, and within maybe 10 minutes, you'll most definitely get max ammo for the M4, shotgun, pistol, and SMG. And at that point, the fucking, you know, underground gun seller's fucking pointless. What else can you spend your money on? Nothing but clothes. But even then, if you don't care about fucking clothes, there's nothing to spend money on. But we're talking about Watch Dogs here. But it's kind of the same vein. There's no point in money at all in Watch Dogs 2 because there's nothing really significant to spend on except one super fast car and a fucking UV drone to spy on your fucking neighbors while they're unchanging. But yeah, that's where I'll cut off for now because there's really nothing else to add in except, you know, maybe a couple of extra skills to make Marcus semi more competent in combat engagements. But yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, Watch Dogs 2 still sucks. Just play the first one. It's cheaper. Even though there were some lies around it, you'll have infinitely more fun with Watch Dogs 1. That's it. Bye.